let's go over the games happened on February 25th. We got a big game, Dallas versus the Lakers, and a bunch of other games. Let's talk about the first one. Is the Celtics beat the Toronto Raptors 111-101. Celtics going on a little wrong to the end of the season, but they are not never catching up to the Cavs. They will have the second seed locked in a while. In maybe 10 games or so. They're right now 4 games ahead of the Knicks. Jason Tatum, 19 points, 11 assists. Jason Tatum maybe was in the MVP conversation for a little while. His stats really fall off. Just mainly the points. I think he's still putting up okay numbers for fantasy. 11 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 threes. But just 19 points. They just decided to go smoke this game. They started Torrey Craig with no Porzingis, Luke Cornett. Wait, why does it say coach's decision? Al Horford was out. Yeah, I think he just hurt. So they didn't play him. Derrick White played 38 minutes, 3 still. Yeah, Derrick White is such a beast. Jaylen Brown this year, overall, he's not so good, to be completely honest. He's counting numbers. In the last month, let's just look at last month. Jaylen Brown is how many? He's a 60th ranked player, and he's going to be doubtful for the next game. He's a top 50, 60-ish type of player. A lot of it depends on his free throws. Somehow he's shooting 82% from the line in the last month, but averaging just 22 points. Pretty mediocre counting numbers, to be honest, for Jaylen, and only 1.6 threes in the last month as well. So next year, he's not a guy that we're going for, I think, early. Celtics just got too many guys. And you have Peyton Pritchard came off the bench playing 35 minutes, had a great game with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 threes. I think he just might be the 6th man of the year. For the Toronto Raptors, RJ Barrett, 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 3 and a steal. He has been playing just a little bit better in the last few games. But if he's not putting up the numbers, he's a drop. Especially if you're trying to win free throws. If he pounding free throws, maybe, but he still had 4 turnovers. Scotty had 6 assists, 21 points. Percentage is okay here. And Emmanuel quickly finally seeing him play over 30 minutes. That's got to feel good, but not really doing much with it. 10 points, 7 assists, that's it. You could argue, right? What's the Utah Jazz guy? Isaiah Collier is putting up better numbers, right? Way more assists. Emmanuel quickly, his field goal is also trash, right? Doesn't really score a lot of points. You really have him for some threes and for some assists. This game, he missed off his threes as well. Another pretty disappointing, I think, as we get to the end of the season, just going to grade each fantasy player a little bit. First of all, he missed a lot of games, and whenever he played, I don't think he was really good anyway. Grady did play 32 minutes, had 2 threes. He's okay. He's just a streamer, in my opinion. Moving on to the next game, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Magic. 122-82. This one just not close. Cavaliers. This year, the Cavs and Oklahoma City Thunder, in the regular season, they've been putting up insane numbers. If you look at also some of the advanced stats, I think OKC is second all time in plus and minus per 100 possession or something. But in the playoffs, there's still a lot of doubting them in the playoffs because their best player gets to the line a lot, right? If you look at historically. Right, Harden is another guy. It's not that they didn't have any playoff success. It's just the lot of playoff series he kind of just not playing well, and because a part of his game rely on free throw. Embiid is another example. Not saying that he's not gonna win, but we do expect maybe some level of decline in the playoffs because how referees would want to ref the game. Jared Allen had nobody really played that well because this game just, to be honest, nothing much to talk about for the Cavs anyway. For the Magic, Bankero and Franz Wagner both play high minutes. Bankero 9 for 22 again, 26 points, 7 for 9, and he's a minus 22. He's really got to chill, I think, with his shot selection. This Magic team, they were winning games, right, without Bankero, without Franz Wagner even. With both guys back, they wanted to go with Wendell Carter Jr. for better spacing, but it doesn't look like they're winning more games. Cole Anthony, I think for now, for sure, we want to roster him as long as Jalen Suggs is out. Moving on to the next game, we have the Bucks lost to the Rockets. Great win for the young Rockets. Another Rockets team, I think they got to kind of prove themselves in the playoffs. Giannis and Dame both play. Dame Lillard kind of rough night because Amen Thompson. Rockets perimeter defense is really good. 7 for 22 points with 4-3. Giannis also struggled. Not struggled, so 27 points, but only 27. And played just 32 minutes. Brook Lopez, after the All-Star break, he's been blocking a lot of shots. That's great. 1 steal and 3 blocks. And Kyle Kuzma, just 9 points in 34 minutes. If you need points and some threes, you could have him. But, if Giannis and Dame Lillard are both healthy, Kyle Kuzma is not going to put up crazy numbers. Like, he's not going to go off for 25 points. Maybe once every 20 games. Maybe, one of them is out. But if they're both healthy, I don't really expect that happen to him. So he doesn't really have that much value, even though he gets great minutes. But like some of the other 3-and-D guys, like he doesn't get defensive stats. For the Rockets, really good game by Şengün. Finally, he started blocking some shots. That's good. 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 23 points. Jalen Green had a good game offensively, hit 5 threes, 25 points. And Amen Thompson, just doing his thing. And Tari Eason, if he's on the waiver wire, right, with Jabari Smith in and out of the lineup, we still don't know Fred VanVleet situation. And the Rockets, they're doing all right with. Well, actually, no, they're 3-7. So I wonder what happens when VanVleet comes back, with Amen Thompson's minutes, when that happens. But in the short term, Tari Eason is a guy that we want to roster too. 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. That's pretty solid. And Jabari Smith came off the bench, still played 33 minutes, but the trend is not looking good for him. Even with no Fred VanVleet, they just started to play Amen Thompson. So if Fred VanVleet is back, they're still going to play Amen Thompson, and his minutes goes even lower. Moving on to the next one, we have Phoenix Suns. This game is super high scoring game in overtime. 148, 151. The Phoenix right now, they're the 11th seed. They're 2 games behind the Kings. If they do not make, if they do not even make the plays, that's a huge disappointment. Just like the Sixers, maybe the Sixers are obviously way worse record-wise, but if you don't make the play, it doesn't matter in the West. What happens, is they tried to trade Bradley Beal, but they couldn't get anything back. So they're kind of forced to stick with him. And, they're starting him. They're starting Fred VanVleet. Sorry, Bradley Beal. 24 points, 11 assists, 2 steals, and block. Honestly, there's no shame losing to the Grizzlies in overtime, but they really got to start winning some games. They're 2-8. Time is kind of running out. And the Kings, obviously, they're trying to win. And the Warriors, they're rolling at the moment. So Devin Booker, 28 points, 10 assists. He also got 10 assists. That's great. KD also got decent numbers. So the big three played okay. And then you have Bobo. I don't know if I trust Bobo, but for sure he's a guy that if he's on the waiver wire, let's go pick him up and just see how things go. But, some games they're going to play Royce O'Neal more. They're going to play Grayson Allen for whatever reason. Right, this game they decided to go both Bobo and Nick Richards. Oh, yeah, because the Grizzlies, they're a big team. I don't think it's going to happen every game. Bobo play over 30 minutes. Obviously there's overtime here. Grayson Allen still hit 6 threes. Look, if you need threes, Grayson Allen is a great option, right? If they got a back-to-back, he could give you 6 threes. Well, he gave you 6 threes in one game here. Nick Richards, I just don't know. He had 5 fouls. He doesn't really block that many shots either. So, if you need rebounds, I think that's really the only reason you would want to have him. If going to a playoff matchup, You look at all the categories, you're like, okay, I just need to win rebounds. Rebound is my number one priority that you could have him. Otherwise, he just doesn't provide enough categories. And I don't think his field goal is that crazy good. For the Grizzlies, Ja, he took 12 threes here, 1 for 12, 14 for 14 from the line is great, 29 points. But Ja this year, he just really struggled to score. 29 points here is probably his highest in the last, I don't know, 2-3 months or something. Jerry Jackson Jr., meanwhile, he's carrying the load offensively for sure. 11 for 13, 28 points, a steal and 2 blocks. Great. Desmond Bane, 25 points, did his thing, played 42 minutes as well. Good to see him come back from his injury and then, just be healthy and playing well. Santi Aldama came off the bench. Like I said, this Grizzlies team, there are a lot of guys. If guys are out, Santi Aldama, if Jerry Jackson Jr. is out, Santi Aldama is going to come and play 30 minutes. He did play 32 minutes here anyway. He can put up great numbers. 5 threes, 5 assists, 3 steals, 6 rebounds, 17 points. Luka is another guy that we should pay attention to, especially with Ja Morant out. But great win for the Grizzlies. They're still the 3rd seed, right? They're right there behind the Denver Nuggets. But the Western is very tight. The Lakers, right? They're only 11 games behind now. The Thunder now. They're only 2 games behind the Grizzlies. So they could legit make a push to be a top 2 or 3 seed. If the Lakers end up being the 4th seed, that means they play OKC. That would be a crazy good matchup. Or the 3rd seed, they'll play probably Denver or whatever. The next game is the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs, they lost this game 103-109. And the team, they have nothing to play for. So De'Aaron Fox, I'll be really worried. 9 assists, 6 steals is great. They still play CP3 33 minutes. I don't know if the trade deadline is over, but you have him, great. Especially if you need assists, they were just playing him 33 minutes. The Spurs, they are 4 games out of the 10th seed. Victor Wembanyama is out for season. Why are you playing CP3 30 minutes? Why are you playing Bismack Biyombo? I don't know if they got other young centers out there, but yeah. You should give Stephon Castle. Maybe Stephon Castle is in foul trouble. That's why CP3 played more minutes. But I'm bullish for Stephon Castle the rest of the season if you're okay with bad efficiencies. Devin Vassell should be okay. Maybe he's a young guy. They want to play him. But even if you're young, they're going to sit you randomly as we get to the end of the season. So it's not really looking good for any of the Spurs guys. For the Pelicans, Trey Murphy still getting full minutes. Trey Murphy is such a beast. 21 shots, the highest number of shots he took on the team. And they had 2 steals and 2 blocks on top of it, 3 threes, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. It is hard to be a defender and still, score over 20 on the other side. It is tough. CJ had 13 pretty mediocre game, and Missy 11 rebound and still in the block is okay. I just don't know if he's kind of in the same situation with Nick Richards. He's way better than Nick Richards, but he's not a guy that blocks a lot of shots. His field goal is meh. So the rebound is really the only thing. Kelly Olynyk, I think we need to roster him. 12 rebounds and still in a block. Played obviously just 23 minutes, but like 28 minutes of Kelly Olynyk, maybe he's in a bit foul trouble. It's really good. I really like Kelly Olynyk as a fantasy player. I think we all know how good he could be playing 30 minutes. He just gives you every single category as a center. Steal, block, and as a center, he actually get a bunch of steals, right? And then he gets you assists. He can hit threes. Zion Williamson had 18 points. They're playing him, so that's good, at least as long as he's playing, I guess. But they have absolutely nothing to play for, the Pelicans. The Warriors, they are another blowout win for them, even though it's versus Charlotte Hornets, 128-92. LaMelo is out, but Elfrid Payton didn't play, so that's kind of sad. They decided to go with KJ Simpson. Okay, so they do have another point guard. That's fine. I think they're making the right choice. They're just playing these young guys. So if LaMelo Boy is out again, I think KJ Simpson is a guy that we could definitely stream. Right, 2 steals. He's going to play huge minutes. Nick Smith Jr. has been getting huge minutes. We could also have him. But so many games, these guys just get blown out. Mark Williams, he's back. That's great. 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. he's obviously a must roster. I don't think we need to. There any question need to be asked. Mark Williams has tremendous upside in fantasy. A lot of rebounds, a lot of field goal, and a lot of blocks. And then he can chip in some steals as well, right? And then some points even, because he can average over 10 points, like 12, 13 points, playing 30 minutes. Miles Bridges had a rough night. It's okay. Miles Bridges is going to be really good rest of the way. I think we all know that. They're just playing him huge minutes, have huge usage as well. For the Golden State Warriors, yeah, this is another easy win. Draymond Green, he's been putting up pretty good numbers. And I think with this trade, Draymond Green is the 58th ranked player in the last month. But if you look at he's averaging 6.4 steals. That's amazing. Sorry, 6.4 assists. 2.3 steals is absolutely amazing, and 1.1 block. Yeah, I think with the Jimmy Butler trade really, I wouldn't say lit a fire under him, but basically the whole team now believes sometimes it could be a mindset shift. Is before Jimmy got, oh my God, our team, you look around, right? With Jimmy, they believe they can win. They it's very tough in the West, but it's not impossible to make a deep playoff run, to win 2 playoff series, right? Obviously, anything can happen. They could definitely win the championship, but just low odds. Anybody with the brain would know that. Well, speaking of championship, the Lakers, they're coming. They beat the Mavs, even though the Mavs they didn't have AD. Kyrie had 35 points, 3 steals in 2 blocks. Yeah, amazing game by Kyrie. AD is also out here. I just don't know, with AD and Kyrie, what is their ceiling for this team? But Max Christie needs to be rostered. He played 37 minutes here. PJ Washington really struggled, 0 for 9, but added 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 4 blocks. And surprisingly, Lakers, they've been playing decent defense. So that means, hey, if they're locked in, right, JJ Redick is going to figure something out. Klay Thompson had a decent game with 5 threes, 22 points. And you look at the Lakers, they play Jackson Hayes 60 minutes. And most of the game, they don't really have a quote-unquote center, right? So it's kind of the modern NBA. You have like 5, 6'8", 6'7" guys. You have Rui Hachimura, LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka, and then Dorian Finney-Smith. So they're not big. So that lineup play Jokic, I don't know. They might need to like figure something out. But if they're not playing versus a traditional center, because like rebound wise, like LeBron can box out. Like Rui Hachimura has a big body. Versus most teams, maybe they're okay. Maybe OKC, when you have Chet Holmgren, maybe Lakers would struggle a little bit defensively. At least securing defensive rebound and stuff like that. But this game it looked really good, to be honest. Like LeBron had 27 points, 11 for 17. Luka just take a lot of pressure off LeBron. LeBron's assist numbers might dip when we talk about fantasy, but maybe even more points and better efficiency, getting a lot of easy buckets. Austin Reeves, for sure, the number's going to suffer a little bit, but still a decent game with 3 threes, 20 points, and got to the line 8 times. Luka, a triple-double. His points, he's not going to average 30. He's not going to average 28 even, right? Maybe 25, around 25. 12 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks is amazing, though. If Luka can be locked in, playing defense, that's one of the biggest knocks off him. And, he doesn't play defense in the playoffs, last playoff run, which is true. He did not play defense, but it's more of an effort thing. Like if he tries, he's not a great defender, but he's still big at the end of the day, right? Dorian Finney-Smith playing 20 minutes, 2 steals and block. Yeah, right now Lakers got a crazy hype, so it will be interesting to see this year's playoffs. There are a lot of you got the Lakers, the Warriors. They made some trades, and they got a lot better. And then you have OKC as the number 1 seed. And that's it, guys. I will see you tomorrow.